Oh, Jim's getting off. Gotta love
that. Music.
that.
It's hard to swing to it.
Ain't that the coolest?
How are we all?
I was listening to it. Ari, how are you, mate?
As good as they'll let an old bloke like me be, mate. I hope you two are both well.
It's good. Yeah, as good as I'll ever be. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we could complain, but it isn't going to get us anywhere. We've got a Mike and Four Wheels on the Road. I can't put the name to it. But anyway, everybody in the chat.
Shah. That's Shah, that one.
That's Matt. He's my memory.
People change their names like Tex Arch FPV. We knew the guy's name. Now I can't remember his name. Hey, Chris Wedgeworth. What's up, buddy?
Chris Wedgeworth. How are you? I think Chris, after seeing Ron's pimped out motorbike there with the LEDs, he's gone straight out and bought himself some LED strips for his motorbike. Is that right, Chris?
That's embarrassing.
I don't think so.
That's embarrassing. I didn't want to say it in front of Ron, who will watch this anyway, but
yeah,
there will never be purple lights flashing from my bike, from my Harley.
No, you've got to reserve that for the fucking bedhead, don't you? Well, that's just more of a... Well, it just sets the mood, doesn't it?
He might as well, join the scooter crowd if he's going to put those on there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, down in Florida there's a couple of those hanging around.
Yeah. You think I should close this messenger thing?
Yeah, do that. Close it.
Are we done talking on Messenger?
Yes.
Are you talking about me again, weren't you? Come on, tell the truth.
Yes, we were.
Tomas.
Tom.
Mr. O'Sullivan, how are you? I was actually going to message Tom during the week because I hadn't heard from him for a while.
I did message him because I hadn't seen him in a while, and I said,
"Yeah,
oh my God, has something happened to him?" Because
Tom messaged me, and then because my computer was on the desk, it sat there in my inbox for about 4 days without me seeing it.
But like Mitch and everybody else, he was just taking a break.
Hello, Peter and Chris.
Instant messaging, Ari.
Yeah, Tom said, I'm taking a break from all of you miserable bastards. I'm sick of listening to you flap your gums and the nonsense that comes out of it.
Yeah. There was a fair amount of that.
Yeah.
Peter Carroll, how are you? Tim Jackson. Tim, how are you? He's all on his lonesome now. Ooh. Steve's gone back. He's actually got back into Western Australia. But as I'm aware, I think Tim just said Steve has to go into quarantine for 14 frickin' days.
Yeah.
Before he can go back to his place. He can drive back to his place, but he can't fly. So logic gone out the window. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah. He could drive back from the airport to his place.
In his own private vehicle, he's not considered to be an exposure risk to anybody else. But shove him in a steel cigar with another 200 people, and they're worrying what's going on.
I put that in our Facebook group. There have been 3,000. People are tired of this mask crap. And apparently there's been 3,000. Now, I don't know, was that arrested or complaints filed against them with the FAA because they didn't want to wear the mask the entire flight?
Well, fuck. I don't know, mate.
How do you keep that on a kid?
You can't. Not on a little kid, anyway. Even out here, like, as you know, Australia's pretty strict about it. But the high school students have to wear masks at the moment, but not the primary kids.
There you go. Yeah, the primary kids aren't as contagious as everyone else.
Well, they started a whole thing down in Miami in Broward County. They're making them wear the masks again for school, which school started up here again already.
Yep.
Max Air 420, how are you? Hey, have you seen his video on him chasing the bloody drift cars?
Yeah.
Nice work, mate. Oh, dude. I wrote to him in the chat there, in the messages. When you look at the footage, there is so much shit that he can fly into there. There's wires going over the track, and there's posts and shit on the side of the track. Geez, I tell you what, you have to have have to have your shit about you flying that crap around, let me tell you. We have got in the green room, we've got Shah. How are you, mate? Four Wheels on the road. How are you, buddy? Good, mate. Good. You're really low. Your audio is extremely low.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to have to look. Yours is really low too, so I might have to have a look at it all and get back to you in a second.
Mine's really low. Oh, is it? Okay.
On
All
his
right,
end.
mate.
Check my phone, so give me 1 sec. I'll get back to you.
Righto, mate.
Yeah, it was 2,800 people
no.
refusing to wear masks.
Michael.
Yeah, don't worry about me, man. I'll just sit down here and wait, man.
I was going to give you a massive introduction. The man himself.
Well, he hasn't made a custom video intro for you yet, Mike.
No, he hasn't made an intro for me yet.
No.
Hey, that speaking of that email I sent you was for Bob Casey.
Yes. Yes. Thanks for that.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that his name wasn't in there.
Yeah. Jim sends me an email. I was going, yep, this is Matt's email, blah, blah, blah. I thought, who the hell's that? Who's he giving my what? It was Bob Casey's. And of course, you know, I don't mind Bob having all of that stuff. Oh, Bob Casey. Good to catch up with him during your show too.
G'day, Lon.
Lon, you riding this weekend?
Positive, negative if you
It's
agree
supposed
to
to be
the
beautiful
terms.
tomorrow. I want to go ride.
Chris Thomas Launtenard. Yep, how are you, mate? Yes, so I was all excited yesterday. Well, actually, the day before, I thought, bugger this. So 6 batteries of the Mavic 2 Pro charged up, ready to rock and roll. 4 a.m. comes along. I didn't get to bed till like 1. 4 a.m. rolls along, and it's an hour drive for me to go to where I was going. And I was really buggered, right? So I thought, I'm not going to go. Couldn't be bothered. So I went back to sleep. Right? So I'll go in the afternoon and get a sunset, which I don't normally do. So anyway, come the afternoon, I jump in the car. Oh, look at those clouds. Look a little bit dark, don't they? Oh, another 20 minutes down the road, pissed down, washed out. 6 charged batteries, ready to rock and roll, ready to burst with power. And I had to run them down in my bloody lounge room again.
Yep, Matt had a good evening flying around his lounge room. I've seen the footage too.
Yeah, I did too. I'll actually show you the picture I sent Ari because I was on the phone to Ari when I was coming back and I was fucking ranting and raving about the weather. It's giving me the shits. Bloody. And this is why I do sunsets, the sunrises. Where are we? Ari.
Careful, Matt. Don't put your nudes up by mistake.
Mate, it won't be by mistake, mate. And this is the picture I sent him after, you mongrel. There's me Mavic hovering in the background.
God, I love life.
What a pain in the ass. God damn it. What a waste. Just the usual crap. Thomas? Oh, what's Thomas said? So what did I miss?
That's
what did you
kind
miss?
of batteries, though, man. They'll discharge themselves and go into storage, so you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah.
No. They will. They will. But I don't know.
The fly more.
Anything that does it by itself has a chance to go wrong when it comes to automated flights and battery discharging. And I have actually read in the past too that most battery damage, if it were to damage a battery, is during automatic discharge. So, look, I charged them and it takes about an hour, I guess, to run all 6 of those batteries down. I took them down to 60%. It takes about 10 minutes, I guess. So, yeah, about an hour. So, whatever. I'll just run them down myself.
Well, I think the automatic discharge does work, and I think it's pretty reliable. I don't know anybody actually personally who's had an issue. I've heard stories, but I don't know anyone. But like you, Matt, I mean, why? If I'm really sick, there's been a couple of times I have let it run down over the years. But 99% of the time, I was doing it yesterday afternoon. I had flattening the mini batteries outside.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't even take them for a bit of a fly, mate. That's what shit me because it was pissing down the rain.
Discontinued. Look at that, discontinued.
This is B&H Photo, but they're only showing the Flymore kit is discontinued. The batteries are $10 less. They were $159. But it seems like a more coming soon. That's a case. Maverick 2 Pro without the remote controller. Smart controller and Flymore accessories kit, $25.
Evening smellers. How are you, Brent?
Hi, Brent. Oh, Neil. Good day, mate. How are you?
Chuck's here too. How are you, mate?
Someone was-
Neil. How
They
are
were
you?
telling me that B&H had it as discontinued, but no.
Well, we've all probably read the rumours that have been around the web this week. And, for once, I think they might be fairly close. It matches up with the normal timeline. What do they reckon? DJI will finalise the form factor on the Mavic 3 in mid-October and 2 months of production and on the shelf early next year. That would be about right. Not that any of us will be able to afford one.
How about the CEO of Autel quitting?
Yep. I don't know. Was there any scuttlebutt, any rumours about why, or just time for him to move on?
Yeah, he quit because the other guy was fired.
Oh, Chris. No, discharge isn't pleasant under normal circumstances. Oh, that's funny. I'll be buggered. What was I going to show you? I was going to show you something else.
Lon says he's getting the 3.
Apparently, they wanted. They fired.
He already has it.
Yeah.
Oh no, he hasn't.
Yeah, he's probably pre-ordered it somewhere.
You can have a Mavic 3, but not all of us are sleeping with DJI executives, okay?
Yeah. Look, we were actually, Ari and I were talking about it yesterday. Just how good is it going to be? And we always talk. Give a shit about the drone. It could be 2 inches long, as far as I'm concerned. It's the camera. Which is what we're after. And people have said in the past, why upgrade your drones? And this one's doing this and blah, 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 blah. It's not the drone I'm upgrading. It's like any photographer with his cheap ass Brownie camera. Then he moves to his first SLR and then he goes up to his freaking mirrorless, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
That's the progression of what's going on,
And most of the advancements that the drone makes, we look at from that prism. If it's got 10 extra minutes flight time, okay, that's 10 extra minutes to set up our shots. When you're flying FPV drones, you're interested in the drone for itself.
Yeah, that's right.
That's for fun. That's not for filming. That's for fun. My FPV drone, I don't kid myself. I fly that for fun.
Yeah. I don't spend my money on meth. Well, Lon.
Well, he used to spend his money on meth and wild women, but now the women have given him up.
No, they turned to crack. It was cheaper.
Yeah. And as you get older, the cracks get bigger.
Goes from the plumbers to the welders.
That get a gentle gasp from my wife. I hang out with a really flash crowd, darling.
Hi, everyone.
Whoops. Hello. I'm really American. That's why that filth comes out of my mouth. Yep.
Tom, I'm just going to answer Tom if you don't mind, because I'm too lazy to friggin' type. I love it, mate. Went out and bought 2 Flymore packs because that's the actual cheapest way to get extra batteries. And I've done a few silly things. I went out to fly to get some footage for here and flew up and down the river at 10 feet above the water and under the bridge and under the wires and forgot to record and things like that. But yeah, I'm having a really great time with it. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
What do you mean you got 2 Flymore packs? You bought 2 more drones?
Yeah, out here you buy the drone and then the Flymore pack comes in a box, which is basically 2 batteries and a multi charger hub. One of those. I've got 2 of them now. But stupid as it sounds, it costs me $230 to buy a battery, but only $200 each if I buy them in a Flymore pack. It's $400 for a Flymore pack, but it would cost me $460 to buy 2 batteries.
Yeah. Simple
That's
math.
insane.
Really.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's crazy. Welcome to Australia.
Holy shit. Hey, Shah, what are you doing next week, mate?
I'm working up in Toowoomba from Monday to Wednesday, and then nothing after that.
Oh, okay. Toowoomba. Anywhere nice to fly up there? I've done Picnic Point, and I have actually gone into the Japanese gardens there to try and get in there to fly. But there was that many hoops I had to jump through because it's owned by the university, and they've got their own drone flying section, and they're professionals.
Lon says turn on auto record, Ari.
Sorry, what was that, buddy?
I haven't even looked at places to fly up there. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Do you have next week off or something?
Sorry?
Do you have next week off or something?
Yeah, I've got a few days off next week. And we're always going to be catching up somewhere along. I was always going to go back down. I still haven't done it when I've got to because it's a fantastic whole day.
Let's all listen to Matt discuss his schedule.
Yeah, that's well. Let's have a look at Jim's schedule. Absolutely.
Ari, Lon said to put it on auto record. Does that bird have auto record?
Does what have? I've missed something. Does what have auto record?
FPV.
Your FPV bird.
Oh, yes, it does. And sorry, Lon is totally right. Basically, it took me about 10 minutes after getting home and realizing that I'd captured no footage to realize that, yes, oh, look, it's got auto record. Because normally that's something that I don't look for in the DJI app. You know, this the fly. I'm not familiar with the fly app. Lychee is great. Lychee has auto record, and I always have it turned on. Yeah, Lon. I found out just 10 minutes too late, like always.
Well, when does it start auto recording?
As soon as
After it's in the air?
As soon as it lifts off the ground, and it shuts down, and as soon as it's on the ground.
That's cool. Very handy.
It's a damn good feature. You know, I'm pretty sure it's not in the Go4 app, but it is in the Fly app, and I'm pretty sure they stole it from Lychee. So Matt and I, we're at total opposite ends of the spectrum. Matt only records when he's got a shot lined up. He'll go up there. If he flies for half an hour, he spends 20 minutes of it lining up shots and 10 minutes recording. I turn record on when I take off, and I stop when I land, and which means I do more post work cutting out the bits that I want.
Well, but you never know what you got in between there, too.
There are times, Jim, I do. You know, I've been sitting here editing, like one when I was flying over near Cuchimudlo Island. It wasn't until I got home and was looking through the footage that I saw the Sea Eagle fly past my drone and do 2 circuits, giving it the evil eye. I didn't see that when I was flying somehow.
I saw that footage that you had with that hawk or whatever it was having a bit of a look at you.
Yeah.
And, you know, and that sort of thing when I'm flying and I see that sort of crap, that automatically makes you go, stop record, fucking sports mode straight back. Yeah,
that's why I like flying with an iPad. Because, you know, with the smaller screens, even the smart controller, which I've now sold, unless you're paying absolute attention, you know, if you're looking at the telemetry or whatnot, you'll miss little things like that.
Yeah, you do.
iPad too, love it.
What are you using in place of the smart controller? The regular one?
I'm using, the standard controller with the Mini 5. Jim, quiet talk is that the Mini 6 is in pre-production. It's going to have a slightly bigger screen. It'll be somewhere around 8.3 inches as opposed to 7.9. I like that size. I really do. And because I use the big Hoodman cover that goes over and comes up to your eyes, it's bright enough. It's just great. It is more bulky. It takes me a little longer to set it up and everything. And the thing I like, especially if I'm doing a flying job, I have actually gone out and had to dick around for 25 minutes to get the smart controller to work. That is not a good look when you've got a customer watching you.
No.
In the years I've been using Apple stuff, I've had exactly 0.0000 app crashes or issues. It just works.
I use that white, the
That's
white sun hood too.
Word is,
that's a good size screen, Shah.
Lon might have heard something about this because he's got fingers on the pulse. You know, he once said to me, you know, before he knew me, I don't think he even remembers this. You know, who the hell are you, and do you know somebody or something? Well, actually, I do. You know, but the quiet word is a new smart controller Q1 next year.
Why?
Why? Because the old one's a beautiful concept, very poorly executed.
Yeah. Screen's too small.
So look, the size of the screen I can live with, but the fact that it's running the processor in it was 4 years old before it went into production. It doesn't have enough RAM. You know, it's running a very poorly ported 5 or 6 old version of Android.
Android 5.1 is still on the Crystal
No, they're on
Sky.
7 now, Jim. They've upgraded it to 7. But I want to see something with an octa-core processor, 6 gigs of RAM, and a version of Android that's getting updated. DJI used a version that they basically got royalty free. You get what you pay for.
Yeah, and I don't think they want you adding anything onto it that they
Well,
didn't.
I always tell people I had a really bad experience with the smart controller, and they say, "Oh, I've had no problems." If you're just buying a smart controller to go and fly your drones, and that's it, you just put Go4 on there, nothing else, it'll be fine. But I'm running Lychee and Pix4D and the ones that I can get to run, and having to decide whether I want to use the Amazon version or backload the Google Play apps, and it becomes slower and chunkier and less stable every time. Sorry, no, pass.
Yeah, I love having the iPad for mine. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It was a massive upgrade to because I was running my Android. But what have I got? A 9.7, I think it is.
Yeah, 9.7.
It's bloody fantastic. You have got your downsides, obviously, with the brightness and all.
Now you're holding the tablet and trying to get your thumbs up to reach the controller.
I just kind of hold it like that. Piece of cake.
Yeah, no, mine comes over the top. I got a bracket that I put onto my controller, and a strap, and it's Well, if you're comfortable with it, that's fine.
Yeah.
I've been strapped up since day one.
I've got a Polar Pro Mavic 2 controller mount that I use, which was given to me by Thomas Aerials. And before that, I used to use a Liftor, which is a brilliant package, but it's big. It takes you 20 minutes to put it together, and it holds everything, but it's big. You got to wear a harness to use it. And Tom said to me one day, I was bitching about it to him. Me, bitch, I'd never do that. And he said, I've got this Polar Pro one that I'm not using here. I'll send it to you. No, don't do that. Yeah, typical Tom. He sent it to me. It's great. It takes me about 2 minutes to screw it all together, and it holds onto the 8-inch iPad like a dream.
I would say, Tom, don't send it to me. Here's my address.
Yeah.
Phone number, email.
Yeah.
But I use a lanyard all the time. Now, the first one, Ari, that came with that harness. You remember when you Inspired?
Yep. Yep. That's the harness.
It came with the full harness he had, and nobody knew how to use that damn thing. They used to put it on backwards. You had to kind of get into it.
You can buy them out here, the harness, the DJI harness, for about $30, and I bought one, and that's what I use when I'm using the Liftor, because it's great. I was originally flying with a 10-inch iPad like Matt was, and the big Liftor and everything, and I could let go of it totally with the harness on and use my hands for everything else, and it would sit there. While I'm using the Polar Pro mount, I just use a simple lanyard, not the full harness.
Between the Ascendance and the damn Crystal Sky, that thing, it feels like it weighs 10 pounds after two or 3 minutes. And then with the, I've got the same as Matt. My iPad Mini 4 goes on top of the Mavic 2 Pro controller, so my hands are actually underneath the screen.
Yeah, that's where I am as well.
Yeah, I adjusted mine up slightly so I can still see the controller screen.
Yeah, I don't need to see it. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
There you go. You caught it.
Well done, son. That was beauty.
That's my line of sight, guys. Sorry.
Oh, there's trouble.
There's one for Jim for the year.
Stopped you dead, though, didn't it?
Fuck me, that was a Matt comment.
That was something Gary or Peter would have said.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, nice stuff. I even forgot what I was bloody talking about then.
Again.
The controller with the hands underneath it.
Yeah, the hands underneath the controller.
Yeah, that's right. Oh my God. Actually, I was watching the FPV race in Dubai yesterday. Man, they're fantastic. What a track. What a track they're flying. Anyway, the winner was like a 15-year-old kid. And guess what? He was a thumber. He wasn't a pitcher. There you
I
go.
was actually, funny enough, I was trying out pinching again last week. I mean, I thought, I've only been flying with my thumbs for 30 years. What would I know? I'm going to try this pinching stuff. Lasted about 5 minutes.
In any
no,
other crowd, that would be Pornhub material.
What's that, mate?
Thumber or pincher.
Pincher. Yeah. Thumber or a pincher. I'll use a fist. Yeah. I don't know,
Depends on
man.
the device I'm using.
Pocket socket.
Yeah, so anyway, but a really good race, man. I really liked it. It was some crazy stuff.
Now, did you see any of that? Because I know the Dubai police had UAVs that looked like motorcycles. Did you see any of that?
No.
Well, I don't know whether they're using them, but they had ducted. I say ducted because they had the propellers around them.
Now Neil's out to go at you, Jim.
So let me get this right, Jim. If it's got prop guards on it, it becomes a ducted fan.
Right, yeah. That's
Yeah, man.
but those Dubai police had what looked like a motorcycle type UAV.
I've seen that. And they reckon it's going into production. So I've just got a hint for the missus for the next birthday.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too, yeah.
Yeah, BMW probably, huh?
I thought Dubai was already running that. Let me look that up.
Just along this, Harley Davidson doesn't make a flying motorcycle because you're going to annoy people flying around dripping oil on them all the time.
They've really
Oh
taken
my
people
God.
on with just e-bikes.
They want to make an electric one. Project
They're making
Livewire.
electric- Yeah, the Livewire. That thing
Yeah, I
is
think
You
Dubai
know,
had
it's quiet as shit, but you
prototype or
can't get
something.
very far with it.
Sorry, Shah.
I think Dubai had it as a prototype. Like it was about 6 or 8 months ago. They had the drone cop bloody police motorbike thing,
Yeah.
but it wasn't in production yet. It was just like a prototype thing.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing they're using drones, citywide network of drones to respond to crime. But with their regular drones. I don't remember the name of that police drone.
Facebook. Let's have a look.
Looking at the Wired site. No.
Oh shit, Neil. Where was that? This is the caption, right? Hey guys, walk past me today. What a cute dog. And this is what the picture's of. Hello.
nice doggy.
Yeah, boy.
Go pet it. Give it a biscuit. It'll love you forever.
Oh yeah, give you a big hug.
I love you to the next meal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you and squeeze you and love you.
ain't you?
Yogi Berry's not.
My God, that's a blast from our childhood, Jim.
Hey, boo boo.
You know why they only made one Yogi Bear, right?
Oh
Go on.
shit.
Let's have
They
it.
made a boo boo.
Yeah. You can take this way anywhere, can't you?
That's one of those bar jokes from across the road, eh, Michael?
Dad jokes, they call them.
Yeah, dad jokes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a bit of a mess, that one. I have got something to... was it? Yeah, this one here. Now, oh shit! I can't play the audio.
Oh, I got hit with an audio from that movie Full Metal Jacket for Tuesday's show.
You know what? I've got I've got 3. I just looked at them the other day for some reason. I went through my analytic things. Anyway, I've got 3 copyright claims, and guess what? They're all from Justin's bloody videos.
Remember, we kept saying, "How does he get away with putting them up?" He don't get away with
He
it.
doesn't
right.
get away with it.
He probably never checked his inbox for copyright.
I got nailed.
They're
Saturday.
just all he does is lose the ability to monetize them, correct?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
I got nailed on my live stream on Sunday for the car show when I was walking around because the music was playing in the background and whatnot. So they
Yeah.
said no monetization, and then some of the songs that were played said that are not viewable in all countries. So it's limited viewability too.
Yeah.
You know what YouTube really needs? They're never going to get it, but what they need is a viable competitor.
Yes.
I know.
But they
We
didn't
talked
kill my
about that
video.
not
They
long ago.
didn't shut me down or anything because I was talking through it and whatnot. So I mean, I just got claimed on it.
Yeah, claim. Yeah. Claims are really nothing. You know.
Most of my videos get claims because I like using real music.
They get rid of all the chat, though. That pisses me off.
Does it kill the chat that way?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't check. I didn't go to the replay to see if the chat was there or not. I had chat while it was going.
Oh, this is going to end well.
What's that?
Look, now I can't play the audio, but it's "We Will Rock You" by Queen, right? And it's very well timed, actually. So anyway, gives you an idea. But
Something else becomes.
You could sing it while it's playing, Matt.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
then it's your rendition and not.
Go ahead, man.
It's
he's
not
got
copyrighted.
he's got a vocal range of probably an octave. He starts at an octave higher than what I do, so yeah, a bit of trouble there for me. Anyway, hang on to your guns, boys, while you pull that trigger.
Yeah, but add some realism to it.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh, that one hit.
well,
Oh,
That was Adrian.
too many.
Go back to that woman who almost shot herself twice. The rifle came down straight up and says she was going back.
okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, gee, he'd have a bruise, wouldn't he?
Yep.
So is that
Well,
one.
basically, the fault lies with whoever handed it to those people.
Well,
That
look-
one right there, right there.
Yeah, right
one.
under his
Right in her
chin, eh?
armpit,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That
I love that
barrel
one.
was right in her armpit.
Boom, boom, ch, boom, boom, ch.
Oh, Jesus.
It's terrible.
Yeah, you got to watch them. It's both ends can be dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah. Tell you
When
what.
I used to be a small arms instructor down at Canungra back in
Oh,
another
my
life,
God.
and
Yeah,
I was
right.
a safety officer and a range officer there. And we had the chief safety officer was this old guy. He was in his 70s. Mick was his name. Always used to wear the big Stetson and whatnot, and more money than God. Had a horse stud, and at the time, it was always a pissing contest who had the biggest. And he went on holiday in the States, and while he was there, he actually dropped it in the factory, and he bought himself a Casull .454 revolver, which at that time was, I think, the most powerful standard non-custom handgun you could buy. And you always knew when you made it down at the range if he offered you to shoot his Casull, which I did. I shot it both two in one hand. It was a nice firearm, had a bit of a bite to it, but it wasn't too bad. But like a lot of these old guys, he was a bit of a ladies' man, and we were there one day, and there's this guy came in, prospective member, with his girlfriend. And, of course, you always roll out the carpet and make him feel welcome. Would you like to shoot mine? Would you like to shoot mine? And this young lady would have been about 20, and she wasn't wearing much. It was in the middle of summer, and it was all out there on display. And she's, oh, it's so big, and look how shiny it is. And Nick was, oh, yeah, would you like a shot, dear? They took her out on a stretcher in the ambulance, and the foresight of the Casull was still embedded in her forehead. it came up and literally embedded itself in there. They had to take it to the hospital to remove it.
Oh,
There's a video where a guy was shooting a 50 caliber on the
50
bench.
actually.
Did you see that one?
I bought
It went
Same
right,
one
it
I-
almost blinded him.
I bought an Israeli Desert Eagle in 44 Magnum. At the time, that was the biggest. They have released them since in 50 Action Express. It holds the record as the shortest time I've ever owned a handgun. I kept it for a week and sent it for sale on consignment. I hated it with a passion.
It was like the Mavic Air.
This one,
Yeah, that's right.
the bolt went through his neck and something, and just like he's barely alive. How he lived, I have no idea when you watch the video.
That's
You
like
see
watching
people
these
do
guys
stupid things, Jim. That's for sure.
These guys that are 3D printing gun parts and whatnot, they're out there testing their own prints and everything. It's like, man, they're doing it live. They're not like got some shield up and this and that. They're out there just firing the dang thing. It's like, dude, I'd have to have like some safety area to try to, some kind of string to pull that trigger from a distance, shit like that. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to play like that.
Yeah, go test this out for me.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, that takes some balls,
Right.
Yeah.
or none at all, and just idiot.
Yeah, it could.
One of the
These
two.
guys are making money, so I'm saying it's balls. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
They know what they're doing somewhere. They're not an idiot. They just ain't making all the right choices.
You got to like a guy who, puts his money where his mouth and it's like that. I don't know if you've seen that guy. He's a pretty common, popular YouTuber. His name's Peter Schripol, I think his name is. And he's got a channel. He builds. The last thing he built was a radio-controlled aircraft with 50 engines. But over the years, he's made 3 ultralights, using essentially what he's got at home in his workshop and radio-controlled aircraft parts. And he's flown these things. Up there in them, flying around at 300 pounds. Yeah, good on you, man. I love a guy who's willing to back himself to the.
I think I can.
50
Yeah,
engines.
There's a fair bit of redundancy there, isn't there?
Brent's a man after my own heart. He likes the 45 ATP. Illegal to use as a carry caliber here, but I used to carry it anyway.
UC2.
Go out. Didn't see you join there, mate.
Yes. Now back to what I was talking about half an hour ago. Char.
Yeah.
Before I was rudely interrupted by Jim's bladder.
Yeah, never mind.
I was gonna say it wasn't me this time.
No. Yeah. Oh, look, mate. I may have Thursday off, maybe. But anyway, give us a hoy during the week if you're free at all. Anywhere along the line, might be able to catch up and.
Yeah, well, Bomb says it's going to be rainy on Wednesday, Thursday, but Friday's going to be nice.
Is that in Toowoomba or is that in Brisbane?
That's Brisbane / Toowoomba, the Marburg area.
Marburg, okay. All
Yeah,
right, well, yeah.
But I'll give you a hoy during the week anyway.
Yeah,
sure.
all right, mate.
Because
No worries.
I may only be up at Toowoomba Monday, Tuesday, so even if I have Wednesday off, I'll let you know what's going on.
Yeah, all right, mate. Cool, man. Cool. What do you got here, Jim? And do I need?
Check. No, it's no music.
Okay.
But I didn't share the audio just in case.
Okay, cool. All
It's the guy. Now look at his neck.
Look at his
Okay.
hand.
Yeah.
I mean, it went through his carotid artery and he's still alive. He's
Holy
explaining.
shit.
He actually. Oh, damn it.
Commercials.
He's actually explained. It shows you. He replays the gun going off, and it blows off his hat and everything. I'm trying to find that part.
50 cal Browning, Jim. It's one who didn't blow off his bloody head.
Yeah, that's a big
that's
gap.
down.
It truly blew apart, Ari.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus.
Wonder if he was loading him himself.
No, here it is, right here. Oh yeah, he was single loading.
Yeah, but was it his own hand loads? Has he loaded his own? You know,
Yeah.
that's the only way I can think of it happening.
That's him. He's screwing in the cap now. Obviously, a single shot. Now watch this.
Shit.
Blow him away. Oh,
Yeah.
Ah,
okay. Here it is.
What had happened? It exploded.
Yeah.
Wow.
See that?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
oh, no. Man.
That thing actually ripped his neck apart. He took his own hand and held his neck like this.
Looks like a bit of a homebrew rifle, Jim. I don't recognise it. And
Looks like a handgun.
It is. Lucky he had safety glasses on.
I wish the camera was on the other side because that's where it tore through his neck. How he survived, I'll never know.
Wow.
That's crazy.
yeah, Bob,
Okay.
I reckon it's either old ammo or his own hand-loaded ammo.
Yeah, it looks like a handgun that he's attached to something.
That's the problem, you know. The screw on that looks like a homebrew firearm. You wouldn't catch me shooting 50 out of that.
17 million views. So all you got to do is blow yourself. Oh, the threads blew off.
I have fired 50 cal in a bolt action years ago, and it's a lot of firearm. I went into a local gun shop, Pot of Firearms, and there's this thing laying on the bench of bolt action with what looked like, because what he's got on the front of that is a gas deflector as a muzzle brake. This thing had what looked like a solid steel silencer on the front, and I looked at it and I said, "What the hell is that, Jeff?" He said, "That's a Youngman's in 50." And I said, "What the hell is that monstrosity like on the front of the on the front?" He said, "Oh, that's a muzzle brake." And I looked at it. I said, "What's it like to shoot with the muzzle breaker on?" Then he said, "Oh, barely tolerable." And I said, "Well, what about without it on?" And his boss had taken it out the weekend before and dislocated his shoulder.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why 50 cals are usually mounted on something.
Look, you can shoot him. You got to know what you're doing.
Oh. Yeah.
That was
Totally,
that.
dude.
That was
That's
that little
very-
piece.
Yep. It blew off the threads on the cap, hit those metal stanchions, sheared them off, and they went through them.
Oh my god.
That's what he was just explaining there.
Jesus.
Wow. Wow.
To be alive, I mean, he held his carotid artery by himself.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Let me undo that and share the audio because there is no.
No.
No?
We don't need the audio.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
the longer we play that anyway, the more of a risk you got of
Somebody else's video playing.
whatever. Yeah.
I didn't know where we could go with that.
Of course, we don't have to worry about that now, Matt, because Australia has come to the enlightened realisation that people can't be trusted to own firearms.
Yeah, there was actually a bloke here in Brisbane who went to a demonstration in the city, I don't know, a few weeks ago, whatever. Anyway, yeah, and the cops were in there and he wasn't fit to own a firearm anymore. Oh, look, he may use it against the police. They took all his guns. Fuck.
Yeah, the
I'm
biggest
thinking
I've
about
ever
going
fired
back in
was
it.
60, M60. That's the biggest thing I ever fired, but that was my main carry weapon in the Army. So
What
I
were
fired
you-
a lot of rounds through that.
What were you talking about, Matt?
Oh, a bloke in Brisbane, he's got a bit of a movement going with, anti this, anti that, and they had a demonstration or whatever it is. Anyway, the cops came over his place and issued him with an order to seize his weapons because he violated something and he wasn't fit to own a
Yeah,
firearm.
but these guys, they did get a bit over the top, some of those people at that demonstration. The demonstrators came in and they went in and they chained themselves to the armoured vehicles. And then a bunch of the people, the firearms owners who were there, got a bit out of shape and beat the snot out of them.
What, here in Brisbane?
Yeah, that's what actually happened. It didn't fully make it to the news, but yeah, that is what happened.
Well, that's unusual that it didn't make it to the news because they love to make demonstrators look like
Mate.
commies.
There's a lot of things that don't make it to the news. A lot of things. You know,
Well, it's usually the other way around. If it's very peaceful, they'll never put it up there. I mean, just look what's happening in France. No one knows about what's happening in France, and there's thousands and thousands and thousands of people demonstrating about this green shit.
but that's the French. You know, no one really cares about the French.
They don't
Vive
tell
la
us.
France.
They don't tell us any of the stuff that you guys have. I guess it's on Sky News that openly reports on all the deaths from the. I don't want to get in that subject, but we don't get any of that news over here.
Sky News Australia has a good reputation for that, or a bad reputation if you're the government. They actually tell things as it happened.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Conservatives versus the other mob in the US. You know, Sky News is kind of the Conservatives, where they'll just report on whatever and blow the government.
Which is good in some cases, in most cases.
Yeah, it's great.
I think we have the right to know it as it really is, Jim. You know, when we were kids, we used to go to school and they used to teach you how to think and to make up your mind what you think about things. Now you go to school and you're taught what to think and what you should think about things.
Yes. Hey, you guys ever see Mark Dice, where he walks down the streets of California and asks the dumbest questions? Like, have you heard about New York trying to succeed from the Union? You know, he'll ask the stupidest questions. And these people are so dumb. And he brings it out of him. Because he's got such a calm, even-toned manner about him that you can't tell whether he's bullshitting or not. And these people are so stupid. He calls this guy and he's saying that, well, you know, if they outlawed Aunt Jemima because that's racist and they had to change that name, well, shouldn't watermelon be taken off the shelves of supermarkets?
Well, yeah.
That's actually one of his latest videos.
Yeah, we're getting a bit sick of that out here too, Jim, renaming this, that, and the other, you know. I just think it's a bit over the top.
I thought that was actual bullshit until I saw the names being changed. Until the Washington Redskins became the Washington football team.
Well, out here, you know, we used to have little lollies when we were kids, little candies, you'd call them, called Redskins, and they've all been renamed. But I was quite happy. We've got a pretty iconic ice cream here in Australia called the Golden Gay Time. It's been around for about 70 years. And there's some politically correct, virtue signaling, ultra woke wanker started a movement to try and get it changed because it was offensive to the LGBT, to the alphabet mafia. And I was pleased to see that he was absolutely screamed down by the gay lobby. You know, all of these gay people saying, "Don't you bloody dare! I love Gay Times. It's been called that for 70 years." I thought, for once, finally, a little bit of sense coming through.
Yeah.
And they have in the States, you can't do the thing with the Atlanta Braves because they're my team. And you can't do that anymore.
Well, where I came from, all of Long Island is named after Indians. You know, like Amagansett, you know, all these towns, they're all Indian names. You can't change every town name.
Yeah, stupid.
It's ridiculous. But see, they don't know about that. They just know about the Washington Redskins. Whoever they are, I don't know.
Yeah, well, the Atlanta Braves had the same thing as well because I was calling a bit on that last year.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Ridiculous.
I can understand intellectually where people think, oh, that might be offensive. But
the
problem is, if we ban everything that has the potential to be offensive, 2/3 of the dictionary is gone. The world as it is can do with 20 cc's of harden the fuck up.
Hey, listen, how many years ago? I didn't know if this was a joke or not, but they tried to bring about something called Ebonics because certain point of the population couldn't learn to speak English. We were going to teach Ebonics. I don't know if that was bullshit. Somebody in the chat, tell us if that was real or bullshit.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at your website.
My kids are very careful who they bring home here. Like, I've got my own kids. Leanne and I have fostered 4 over the years. So we get a lot of kids coming in here from friends of them, from difficult backgrounds, gay kids, trans kids. You know, I'm really tolerant. But the one thing I will not come out, and I tell them when they come in, they start it, don't start plural pronouns to me. Pick a side. Doesn't have to be the side that you were born with. You know, your biological assignment. Just pick he or she. Do not come to me with they or them. There's only one of you. If I kill you, the other one of you can't go down to the amusement park this afternoon. You know, if you don't like he or she, then you better like it or that. So my kids select very carefully who they bring in now. And I'm sorry,
Well,
get cancelled down. Sorry.
You're right. Ron was in his garage with all of that, wasn't he? So he's on board with you, Ari. Do you remember that, Jim?
Last week,
goes, I'm in the garage with all that, or everything and all that and whatever, and he was there with all these people. Places. I'm looking at your website here. I was looking at your website, Shah. There's a lot of work in there, man.
Yeah, a few 100 hours so far.
Holy shit!
I did it all in Dreamweaver as well, so it's done the hard way.
Wow.
Why
is that cover photo Condamine or is it somewhere else?
No, that's bloody Ballooma Creek.
Where's that?
Up north. Oh, hang on. It's kind of near Kenilworth sort of area.
Kenilworth. Oh.
Yeah.
Near where Tim Jackson lives.
It's a crazy. It's really cool, Ballooma Creek. Love it.
I could get through there in the Holden Cruise.
Yeah, you probably could. When there's rain in there, you can't get through there very easy. But like 14 Crossings, when I did 14 Crossings last time, it was actually technically closed, but I went through anyway, and the water was up to the bonnet in a few places.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, when I did Cape York, we had some horrendously deep rivers there, and that was good fun. But you've got to attach your number plate to the underneath and the top, otherwise it rips it off.
That's exactly. It's funny you should mention that. Like when I got home, I didn't even notice, but I was checking through my drone footage like 2 days later, and I was like, on the very last shot when I was naming all my files, I was like, hang on a minute, the bloody number plate's falling off the front. What the hell? And I went outside to check if it was there, and no, gone.
Yeah, mate, she'll fall off. Because the water, as you go into the water, poof, it causes the wave, goes up underneath the number plate, just tears it off.
Tears it off, yeah.
That's called the same thing here. They just call it a Chevy Cruise.
That's right. Exactly right.
Whereabouts are they? A Euro car? Are they an Opel, Matt?
It's a Euro engine. Opel, and they say, rebadged Opel.
It's all owned by General Motors, isn't it?
Yeah. So anyway,
everything's owned by General Motors except Holden because they shut it down. You weak pricks.
Yeah, I know. It kind of sucks. Mine is one of the last production cars that came out of Adelaide, the Adelaide factory. So my Holden Cruise will be worth $600 or $700 in about 20 years' time.
Hey, half our cars are assembled in Mexico.
Half that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, like Fender Stratocasters, Jim.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Here, look at my Fender Stratocaster. Turn it over, MIM written on the back. Not mine, man.
Jesus.
Actually, to be honest, they're not bad.
Oh, Stratocaster? No.
Yeah, the made in Mexico ones, maybe the hardware's not quite as good, but they're made pretty well. You should let them across the border. The guys who work in the Mexican Fender factory, you want to let them in. They're good.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Eddie Van Halen got half his sound from Broken Crap. He added his own, what do you call that, across the guitars? The electronic thing that goes underneath the guitar strings. Pickups?
Yeah.
He added his own pickups, and then he was playing a sound, but he had his amp was 240, but he had it in a 110 socket, So that's how he started exploring. The sound came out. Well, Matt, you can appreciate that.
Hmm.
The sound was coming out. You know, that's pretty
Yeah.
much how Boston started out. You remember?
Yeah.
All of those old pioneers were pioneers. You know, the first reverb, I think it was Mr. Fender, you know, was by virtue of about 30 yards of pipe with the amplifier at one end and the microphone at the other. And Pink Floyd, they did their loop tracks by splicing actual tape, running it around the machine and then across the studio and around the microphone stand.
Oh, I miss reel to reels.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I grew up with reel to reel. Love it.
Quality music.
Mm. Get the Yellow Jacket next time was bigger than I thought.
My sister worked at, and you know, these companies have the quietest names. You would never know what they have. She worked at a company called HRM, which actually stood for Hop Hog Record Manufacturing, and they would press all the albums there. So she would bring them all home. Oh, is this good? I'm like, hell yeah, that's Zeppelin.
Oh my God. Hot off the press.
Yeah,
That's
you
where
can
you
give
get
me
that
physical
stuff.
graffiti for free anytime you want.
I'm
Yeah,
more
man.
of a Floyd man than a Zeppelin man, and I'm not saying that to suck up to you, Matt.
I love Floyd as well.
No, Zeppelin.
Oh, tickets going to Shah as well. Yeah, man.
Rod Pompeii.
Bob Casey. You're not supposed to do that. Swatting Yellow Jackets just got stung 3 or 4 times.
I guess what? I'm gonna go
Because they got
first.
friends.
Yeah. Once you
Right?
piss one off, they come after you.
That's right. Oh, Jesus.
So
Hey,
Bob
I'm gonna
Casey's
get,
had a run-in with a
You know,
Yellow
Matt,
Jacket.
let me
I'm
just
gonna get-
add this to something that no one else knows, okay? But I actually saw the donkey show in Mexico, okay?
Oh.
And that's something I don't want to see again either.
Mm.
Now we'll
Yeah,
move
okay.
on.
So did you get that message I just sent you?
That's why I mentioned the donkey show
Yeah,
in Mexico.
yeah.
Yes.
That's
I'm gonna have to
pretty.
look up videos on YouTube of that now.
Holy
Okay,
Christ.
I know.
Maybe
Jim,
after
I
a few
know.
more drinks.
She could deliver 4 kids at once.
Yes. Yeah. She could have a baby elephant.
Do we even ask what you two are talking about here?
The hole.
Wait,
Think
can,
I can work it out.
if we put it on stop action, I wonder if we could just show that black
No.
world. No, just stop action.
I'm not showing anything of that.
You chicken
is-
shit.
What I will do, I'll send it. I'll send it to Shah, and I'll send it. Don't open it up though, Ari. If there's anyone else in the room with you.
Yeah.
Darling, you got to leave. He's about to put on one of your videos.
Oh my God, just from the thumbnail. Good Lord.
I mean, that's got to be the size of what is that? I mean, it's not a basketball, but a cantaloupe.
Yeah.
Yeah, cantaloupe.
I watched live childbirth, man. It stretches.
Oh, this is nothing compared to this.
Mm, wrong hole, Michael.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've sent it to you, Michael. If you want to have a little bit of a look. Look, you know what? I would normally. No, I can't share. That's just. At what point in your life do you think, I wonder if this will go here?
Yeah. Why would I play with gerbils?
Armageddon.
I remember that, Ari.
I was wondering if you get that one. Andrew Kinky Farnham.
Some stuff I saw on My Free Cams way back in the day.
Recovery drone. How are you? And Steve Carpenter's here too.
What was that on, Ari?
I don't know, but if you do a search for Andrew Kinky Farnham, it will come up. But basically, for those of us wondering what that is, trying to clean this up a little bit, there is a particular fetish called felching, which
Yes.
involves placing small animals down your back passage. And this story recounted the experience of a fellow and his boyfriend who presented an emergency after a felching session gone wrong because Well, they would place a tube down each other's orifice, and they had a pet gerbil, which they would then put down the tube. And then after a while, they would give the key phrase, which was Armageddon, and the gerbil would crawl out again. On this particular occasion, the gerbil did not crawl out. So he grabbed a lighter and lit the lighter to have a look, not taking into account things like methane. There was an explosion and the gerbil was expelled like from a cannon, striking him in the face and breaking his nose and blacking his eyes. And Armageddon!
Oh my god!
Have you seen the South Park episode about the gerbil?
No.
Oh.
I
If
gave
you
up
ever
after come out of the closet, Tom Cruise.
Yeah, right. Well, I tell you, it's pretty fun. It's all about the gerbil who, anyway, check it out. Google it, whatever. It'll be there. But I've got to go. I've got to go get dressed. All right, so I won't be long.
Are you working?
Yeah, man.
We prefer it when it's the other way around, Matt. Cue music. Da, 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 da.
That won't happen.
Thank God for that.
Yeah. No, maybe 20 years ago.
20 years and 20 pounds ago.
Yeah.
What can I
That
say?
worked.
Matt was always the outrageous twin.
Yeah. All right. Won't be long.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's a shame I can't. That's something they should add on here so we can play other people's videos.
There should be a method of highlighting YouTube videos without it incurring some sort of copyright strike, because in the end, aren't we furthering YouTube's interests by promoting videos that are on their platform, encouraging people to go and watch them?
You would think so, yeah.
Yeah. And especially in instances of like that, we're showing gun safety.
Steve Carpenter, good day, mate. How are we?
Yeah, it's a public service, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
well, that would be totally sensible. So, of course, that immediately rules it out for Google or any multinational.
We talked about something. What the hell was it? I think we were talking about satellites, and all of a sudden Google put the flat Earth concept on my YouTube video. I swear to God.
But they're not listening. Okay, Google, are you listening to me?
You can tell I'm listening when animated bars or dots appear on the left side of the screen. When I'm finding an answer, the dots will spin.
Man, I don't use any of that crap. But both the TV remote and the Roku remote have that voice search.
Yep.
And we all know that voice search can be used two ways.
Well, I use Android phones personally as well. I don't like the Google Homes much, but my phone's listening any damn well way.
Yeah.
Alexa. I love Alexa, but if anybody's got an Alexa, just turn it down right now, because what I'm about to say gets a rather embarrassing result. If you want to annoy people and you've got an Alexa, you ask it, what is 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 in Welsh? And it will repeat a very rude name for a female organ 5 times. I made the mistake of telling that on Canadian Drone Hub one day a couple of years ago, and Paul Murray had an Alexa, and it promptly told everybody in the stream 5 times what it meant.
In Welsh?
In Welsh. Yes.
I wonder if anybody's got one. I don't see anybody.
Mine's not plugged in.
Did that Alexa have an accent?
Well, the Welsh, the Gaelic, not Gaelic, the
Gaelic.
Cymric word for 100 is cunt. So
Oh.
I'll leave you to work it out for yourself. Yeah.
Simlic?
Yes.
That's
People think that in Wales they speak Gaelic. They don't. You know, there's about 13 different Gaelic dialects, of which a couple of them are down to only 20 or 30 speakers. The most common one is one in Ireland, which is called Gilagach. But the Welsh they're the actual, all that remains of the original inhabitants of Britain before the Romans, before the Angles, before the Saxons. And what they speak is called Cymric, and it's actually not related at all in any way to Gaelic.
Right.
Did not know. So, Lon, do you have everything? I mean, there's Google Home, and you got that, what, Google Nest? What does it do for you? I mean, I don't want the refrigerator telling me I got to go get milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he doesn't put up with that from the wife, you know.
Yeah, I mean, shit. They have the ones now, I guess it knows what you're putting in. I guess you can barcode it, right?
I'm happy enough with it controlling my lights and my security. I don't worry about the fridge.
I'm fine with. Now, I don't know how to use Bixby. It's on this damn phone, and I've never turned it on.
If you've got, sorry, Jim. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you hit the wrong button, it automatically.
I disable Bixby. It sucks, but
how do I disable it? After when you're done with your, tell me how to disable it.
Yeah, in the settings, it's been a while. I find that the Google Home is fairly handy with kids, seriously, because, you know, I've set up routines and so forth. I get up in the morning and I greet it, and it tells me the weather and reads me my selected news services and tells my wife to get up and make him breakfast. But, you know, in the evenings, when I tell it good night, it turns off all the kids' lights and resets the speaker volume so that the kids can't mute me and all of this sort of stuff. It's handy, but yeah, it's always listening. Like you remarked before, Jim, I've given up on the amount of times that we've been discussing whatever it is, and the next day ads for that subject surprisingly appear in your feed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be a thermostat. I know that you can get it all controlled on your phone. I just ordered the Fold 3 the other day. Oh, Hunter Biden. No, Steve, didn't you see this? I got to send this to you.
They took too long to debug it, Lon. It's good now, but, you know, I first had Bixby, I think, with an S8, and it was a pain. And I didn't like the location of the button on the phone either.
Right. Yeah, you wind up hitting it.
Now, you know, I've got the S21. It is a lot better now, but that boat has sailed.
It's got its own button, and when you grab the phone, you hit Bixby by accident.
Drone Views Media, exactly. You know, that there's a price to pay for all of this convenience. I use my phone in the car. I voice navigation, voice answering, because it's $1,000 fine here. You get caught with your phone. So, you know, you're just aware that they are listening.
Yep.
Yeah, Steve, I just sent you what we were talking about. I always pray I don't send that to the wrong person, because it comes up with names and then you click on the name. Hey, Ari, my cursor started working for some reason.
You probably found it's probably because you found where your wand is, Jim.
The cursor.
You can't say it, Jim. I can hear you thinking it.
I'll just say this. There's no crying in baseball.
I didn't slam it, Lon. You know, and by the time they got it debugged, I was using Google. So that was it. I could use Bixby as it is now, for sure. But I'm just stuck in my rut.
Well, see, now it wants to do exactly what you're talking about. It's got the news on there and all that crap. And I don't want all that junk.
I don't use any of those things at all.
It comes up with the welcome to and all this nonsense. And do you want it to tell you this, that? No, I don't. Because you have to give it permission for using your viewing information so it can customize ads to you. Listening information for custom. It's not for customizing. You're listening in, period. And I'm not giving you permission to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and you go on Facebook and there's ads on there that are like just for stuff that you were searching for. Hello, birdie. Cute bird.
Mine would be biting you by now. Uh-oh. I heard the air conditioner kick on.
Yeah, it's in the middle of winter. What do you do in Australia? You run the air conditioner.
Is that a heater or an air conditioner?
Air conditioner. We ran the heaters for all of a week. Who asked for your opinion?
Who did? Don't you talk to my son like that?
Go get dressed for you to go and look at a car.
Respect my son. Can he come? Can I put him in the hardest for you?
When did you add that?
Add what, Jim?
The bird.
Oh, sorry. No.
The bird.
Oh, well, he's 13 weeks old now. He's just a baby. The daughter got him probably about 4 weeks ago. Wow, Matt, you're looking very businesslike. I had to go out and buy a heap of bloody high-vis crap for this new job this week.
Yes, mate.
Yeah, at our size, as if they can't see us now.
Yeah, I know. It's like, but they do mistake us for a tree. Well,
I'll just respond to Lon. I do hear you, Lon, and it annoys me with the big channels as well. Really, I think a lot of them are more interested in clicks and views than actually making a valid point. If they see a little chink in there, nothing exceeds like excess, they'll go in there, pump it up well above the issue that it is, just to big note themselves.
Stevie! How are you, man?
Margie joined you too.
Margie! Working. Oh, she's working. Well, that'll be a live stream. I'll check that out.
Margie comes to listen to you even when she's working, Matt.
Slamming what channels, Ari?
The big review channels. These guys who, they get every new device given to them by the manufacturer, or they don't. They get it themselves. But every review is resoundingly negative, always focusing on the clickbait. Don't get this. It's crap because X, Y, Z. And it's not about giving an honest review to the product. It's about self-aggrandizement, getting more subscribers.
Exactly, and they'll put the thumbnail in there. Is it really worth the money? Or some shit like that.
And then occasionally someone surprises you. Is it worth the money? And you watch it. Hell yes, this is great.
Yeah. It's usually got nothing to do with a drone, though.
You know who's doing that a lot now, and I don't know how it must be just getting face recognition or name recognition. Is guys like Scotty Kilmer, who already have 10 million viewers, are using the shorts more and more. And talk about clickbait.
Come here, Archie. This is Archimedes, by the way.
What did I say yesterday, Harry? I would have called it Bebop.
Yeah, Parrot Bebop, yeah.
And what did you say? Disco.
Yeah, Parrot Disco, because I got one.
Do you still have it? You didn't lose it yet? Oh, my God. They have mites on them, man.
Not him, mate. He's
not anymore. They're in his mouth.
And powdered with an inch. I went out. He's happy. I went out this week. I've still got the Disco, Jim. I haven't been flying it because I want to get some protectors, belly skid protectors and whatnot printed out, and it requires an oversized printer, which I haven't been able to get access to yet, Tim Jackson. But I saw a guy advertising Parrot Disco parts this week because they're getting old, and I bought 3 new wings, a whole new fuselage, new nose cone, new props, about $900 worth of parts for $150. So I'm happy.
Yeah. I'll just say something to Dre here. You're right, mate. You're right. There is, a lot of people who do positive reviews of a lot of drones. What I don't like is when they do a review of a drone, which is a cheaper drone, and they expect expensive results from it, and that's when they bag it.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't. Look,
it's $200, and you want GPS and 4K camera.
Yeah, return to home was 3 foot out. Oh, was it?
Yeah.
At least it's back home, mate.
I don't know about you. My favourite reviews are the ones that don't go to plan. And one that springs to my mind, it's about a year or two old now, but it was one of my favourites, talking about return to home, and it was Bill the drone reviewer, testing the return to home accuracy of his Phantom 4 Professional.
Yep.
And it took off across the neighbourhood. Now, Bill likes, whether you love him or hate him, he likes to put himself off as the calm, smiling, happy, genial guy. Just to hear that tinge of panic start to escalate in his voice, that was one of the most entertaining reviews I've ever seen in my life.
And running through the house, screaming.
Yeah. Has that been pulled?
No, it's still there. No, give him credit. He's left it up there, yeah.
He leaves everything up. He's got one where he's knuckles deep, picking his nose. It's still up. Me and Dan used to make fun of him for that. Knuckles deep.
But does it have battery discharge? Horrible, horrible thing.
Yeah, turn it on. The battery discharges.
So how long are you going to leave, Matt?
I always like to do discharge manually. Anyway, sorry, Shah.
Which hand, your right or your left?
Doesn't matter, mate. I use both.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's just bragging. That's just bragging.
Yeah.
It doesn't count when you can only get 2 fingers on, Matt.
Yeah.
It does in my mind.
And cap it.
Oh, shit.
What was that, from Tiddlywinks or something? You go like this and you...
How long before you got to head off, Matt?
8 minutes.
Okay, can I hijack your stream for just a minute?
Have I got 8 minutes, or have we got?
Yeah, 1 minute. Yeah, okay, listen, if you don't mind, Matt, I'm not trying to be too heavy, but you know what's going on. Some of you do, guys in the chat. I got a big surgery coming up this week. No need to stress. I'll be surviving, and it'll all be coming through. But there is a real chance when I come out of it, I won't be able to speak anymore. Or if I do, at a level that I won't be into live streams. Just wanted to let you guys know I've really enjoyed being part of the drone community. I intend to be back, but whether it's just on the side, joining in on the chat or on the panels, I don't know. I want to try and drop in and see Rodney Bell this afternoon, and perhaps my time, and maybe even Roger at the Canadian Drone Hub, and just say hi to everybody. So in the 20%, 25% chance that you don't hear me on here chatting again in future, I really enjoy the company, and I've like to say that in the last 3.5, 4 years, I've found the community to be overall far more positive in my life than otherwise. So yeah, be nice to people a bit more, guys, but it's been great.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. Oh, good on you. Yeah, good luck with all that, mate. It's not a pleasant thing.
It's all good. I'll be fine. And my wife, she's rooting for the don't talk side,
Yeah.
My kids don't realise this. I've been spending the last month recording rants, on my phone. Will you get down there and mow the bloody lawn? So they think they're getting out easy. No way. It'll be
play. Yeah. No, good luck with that, mate.
It's all good, bud. I just, you always regret the things you don't say in life more than the things you do.
Yeah.
And after the surgery, I won't be up to lying and telling you how good you all are.
How long? How long before you know?
Pretty much when they wake me up the next morning, Jim. It's going to be interesting because surgery's on Wednesday. It's for thyroid cancer, for those who don't know. Surgery's on Wednesday, and I'm booked in the following Monday to fly a commercial job. So that's going to be interesting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice on you as well.
I love that. I'm already praying for you. Love you, man. No homo. You're a stand-up guy, and we love you.
Oh, that's disappointing. No homo.
Ari's changed ever since he rubbed the cream into my arms that day for the stand flies. He had a little bit of a movement at the station, a little bit of.
Well, look, thinking about what you said, Matt, it's probably true you didn't beg, but you did plead.
I said I didn't have to beg you.
Wasn't there that one shot? Which one of you was laying on the tracks?
Me.
That was
Yeah, it was
Ari.
you, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, dangerous. We had the historical society contact me over that, going how it's trespassing and all sorts of shit. And I went, whoops.
They were just worried that the train would derail if they ran me over.
Look, it'd be like hitting a Brahma bull, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So they had a crack at me, and then they said, "We want you to take some footage of our train." And I went, "Okay, yeah." So I haven't done it, but anyway, I might get in contact with them because that'd be a really good day, a really interesting day of flying. Lots of shit to hit with trees and getting all that crap, but I could get some really nice footage. I'm kind of guessing of this thing puffing its ass down the bloody old track there.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, I've got to really nick off, and there you go, Chris. I've said it. It just comes out of my mouth. Yeah, that's when I'll be nicking off. All right, yeah, so I've got to nick off, mate. Anyway, so Shah, hopefully I'll hear from you during the week sometime. We'll be able to catch up and do something.
Yeah, buddy.
Charge him
Enjoy
double.
work.
Oh, I will. I'm going to have a blast.
Don't do that.
So yeah, hopefully,
Do
one
you
of these
know
weekends.
you don't know ahead of time whether you're yard or on the road?
No, I won't know until I get there. They tend to like to put me in the yard these days because no one wants to do it. And I was, oh, look, he's been signed off on the shunt. Sorry, Matt, you're in the shunt today. Yeah, fucking asshole. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Look, I don't mind it. Once I'm there, leave me the hell alone. Don't even put me on a run. I'm not interested. I'm on the shunt now. Piss off. Just because you're in that mindset, and it does actually stuff you up for hooking up trailers when you've got a prime mover. It's a totally different. It's a totally different way of doing things. But anyway, all right. So yeah, I'm going to nick off, and hopefully next week we might be able to do another long one. Maybe. Last week was awesome. It was bloody fantastic. 4 hours of absolute bullshit, and that's just what we do. Chris Hope's just popped in, and we're just going. See, Chris
And Brian, great BMAC aerials.
BMAC.
Hey,
Big
Brian.
BMAC. But anyway, all right, I've got to roll, fellas. So it's been a pleasure catching up.
God bless everyone. Take
Hey,
care.
Chris, Brian.
Good to see
Thanks
you
for
guys.
coming on the panel, guys. Look at bird brain there, Ari. And hopefully we can catch up again next week in the same. Okay, Matt, have a nice. Thanks, mate.
It's going to crap on him any second.
It will too.
No, he's toilet trained, Jim. He goes back to his perch and does it on the paper. So bye-bye, Archie.
See you, Bebop.
Later, Disco.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for
Cheers,
popping on
guys.
the chat, everyone. And hopefully we'll see you all again next week. We'll do it all again with this crazy, crazy world we're living in. All right. Take care, all. Whoop, look at this. Hello. It's
Good night from me.
That's good night from him. See you, everybody. Take care.